Yo, what's good, everybody? I miss y'all, man. I miss everything. And I told you guys that I'd make a video talking about what's been going on with me. The Fortnite in the background is literally just a game I thought was pretty cool. Hit some nice snipes and whatever. Just something to watch while you listen, you know? But I'm gonna go ahead and just rant, bro, about like a lot of things that's been going on with me, where I've been. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get on into it. So let's start with I've been playing video games all my life, hours and hours every day since I was a kid. Y'all already know that. When I first started streaming, I used to stream for like X amount of hours a day. Then as soon as I turned off my stream for the day, like I started making my own YouTube videos, you know, editing and whatever, then uploading it. Pretty much a 16-hour day every day for about 8 months until Exie started doing my YouTube videos when she was done with school. And she left her job to help me out and everything, you know, and this was fine. I'm a grinder. I don't mind the long hours because the passion to be successful, doing what I want to do, it literally just drove me. But apparently those 25 years of sitting all the time and balancing being like I was like 6'2", 140 pound power forward in high school and stuff, and I was defending 6'6", 200 pound plus dudes all the time. And I guess, you know, after a while, that combined with the sitting all the time kind of jacked up my back, I guess, you know. And I had 6 years of being sick. Like, you guys already know this, like the stomach pain, the nausea, the blurry vision, the vomiting, the fatigue, etc., you know, from ages 19 to 25, you know. And when I was 19, bro, like, you know, I had an extremely nice job. It was very well paying, 6 figures. Freaking, I was going to the gym. I was chilling with my friends all the time, playing basketball, you know, a lot of pretty girls, whatever, you know, like I was having the time of my life. And then I got freaking sick. All that stuff just stopped, bro. It was terrible, you know. But anyways, later, a lot of it pretty much got fixed by the chiropractor once I moved to Cali. But during my whole time grinding, I was dealing with all those health issues, even through those 16-hour days or however long it was, you know, doing my Twitch and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram when I first got started, you know. And finding out what was wrong with me was like a top priority this year, and that was the reason for my original break. But during my grind and up to this point, like, I lost my grandma on both my mom and dad's sides. I lost one of my favorite aunts, bro. 2 more of my friends passed away from gun violence that we had all escaped before, you know? And that really had hit home to me, you know? Like, I wasn't there this time, you know, but last time we were all together, and I know how it feels to be in that type of situation. And just thinking about what was going through their mind, and, you know, just going through their mind when they got hit and stuff, you know, it's tragic, bro. You know, my friends were grieving about, you know, our friends, and my family was grieving about our grandparents and our aunt. And through all of that, it's like I just blocked it all out of my mind, you know. Like, I was just kind of like focusing on my Fortnite pro success, my entertaining and everything I was doing, because like I was just so determined and focused on not missing the opportunity that I had in front of me, you know. It's like I skipped the entire grieving phase altogether. Like, I never cried, nothing. Like, I'm the type of person to where, like, when I hyper focus on something that I want, I don't stop until I get it, to the point to where it could literally become unhealthy, you know. But anyways, I also had like 4 lung collapses. Y'all already know that. And I had surgery on my lung, so I couldn't fly on a plane yet due to the healing process. So I didn't get to see anybody through all this that was going on, you know. And that's also the same reason that I drove from Florida to California when I got signed by TSM, because I couldn't fly. But, you know, like, now I got myself all fixed up for the most part. You know, I still have some symptoms, but it's whatever, you know. Like, those are getting taken care of as well, so I'll be all right. But I always been a hustler, you know, to an extreme extent. And having all that said, things continue to kind of go downhill. Like, Exie, she ended up eating at a restaurant and catching E. coli, which is pretty much something that you get when like somebody prepares your food and doesn't wash their hands, you know. But unfortunately, the doctors took so long to find it, and that she was getting like beginning symptoms of other infections stemming from the E. coli, you know, like the beginning stages of different types of BS. And on top of that, she had a really bad reaction to the antibiotics that she was on. And that just made everything 10 times worse, bro. Like, she had asked, and the thing that got to me was like, she had asked me before she had even started taking the antibiotics, like, if she should really take them. And I was just like, yeah, probably. I mean, because every other like option that we had discussed with the doctors and stuff wasn't 100% guaranteed, and it also would have taken a very long time in comparison to the antibiotic treatment to like cure her, you know. And even though she was having second guesses about taking them, I told her that everything will be okay, optimistically, you know, of course. It's like, you know, when someone's super down, somebody's got to be strong out there, you know. So like, I'm just being optimistic, I'm being happy, whatever. And I'm just like, let's get rid of this E. coli and let's get you healthy, you know. And the antibiotics pretty much just messed her up worse, and I couldn't do anything but feel so super responsible for it. And it really took a toll on me seeing her sick, and I felt like it was because of me, you know, because I could have just said, no, we can do a different treatment. Because like ginger, for example, it was ginger or garlic. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's garlic. Garlic kills the E. coli bacteria. So, you know, I was just like, that was, for example, one of the other things we could have done, but obviously would have taken a lot longer, whatever. But, you know, it's just like seeing her go through that, like suffering from it. It just felt like it was my fault, you know. And like, I had talked to my friends about it, and, you know, they would say, it's not your fault, how could you possibly know? But I mean, like, every time I saw her, bro, it would just eat at me, you know. And like, a lot of her symptoms reminded me of the ones that I was having before, and I wouldn't wish being as sick as I was on my worst enemy. Like, always shivering, never being able to eat, and just all those symptoms together is just a freaking nightmare, bro. Like, I put everything into doing whatever I could to help her get better and to prevent any of these things from like further affecting her life, like taking her to doctors, hospitals, ERs, freaking specialists, freaking holistic doctors, literally anything we could find, you know. And like, balancing all of this on top of streaming a game that I started to find very unfun and more of a chore to play, it really sucked. But like, my chat and my community is hilarious, they're great, we always have a good time just laughing, whatever. So, you know, it pushed me through it a bit, you know. And also balancing like contractual obligations I have with my sponsors and all the future sponsorships that I reach out to. Like, I reach out to a lot of them myself, you know. So like, and consistently like uploading to Twitter and Instagram, always forcing myself to come up with YouTube content every single day, focusing on my own health, Xy's health, keeping all these tragic things out of my mind, and just trying to keep my life organized so I didn't lose control of everything was so freaking hard, bro. And like, a lot of people with big followings have managers or, you know, a friend or whoever that like uploads like stuff for them, to respond to comments for them, or to talk to the community and stuff off their accounts. Like, nah, bro, like, I do all that shit myself, you know. Like, when I respond to your YouTube comment, for example, that's me, bro. Or like on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, that's me, you know. And like, I want that little personal connection with the people that support me. And I was always just like grind in every aspect of my life, until literally all the things I blocked out, all the things I ignored, all the stress I swept under the rug, all that bullshit, just like, it just caught up to me, you know. And I'm an extremely mentally strong person, and I always stay in my lane. I stay sane and level-headed, because like, in any situation you're in, bro, no matter what it is, you can always turn it around and gain from that shit. You can learn from it, or at least get something positive out of it. Like, so I always looked at everything that way. But anyways, on top of all this, I have friends who were very close to me, like ones that I had known for years, ones that I talked to almost daily, and they would literally try to snake me and use me for anything that they possibly could. And it's just a trash feeling, bro. Like, y'all were my dogs, bro. Like, and you're just gonna lie and try to finesse any little thing out of me. Like, I can't see through it from the beginning, bro. Like, I am very socially smart, bro. Like I see that. I see it from the very freaking beginning, and like I'm just kind of like, I know it's coming, you just don't know when it's coming, you know? And then when it came, I was already prepared for it, bro. Dropped in the same day that it happened, you know? So it was just like, I don't know, it's just crazy, because like, it's always the people you care about that end up hurting you the most, you know? And I'm the type of person where if you cross me once, you lie to me once, I'm just done. Because I'll literally never trust anything you say for the rest of your life. Like, I always forgive, but I have a good memory, bro. I'm not gonna forget that. Never. But, oh, man. I feel like I'm just ranting now, but I don't want this to be a sob story or, like, people looking to feel sorry for me or something, you know? Like, all this that I talked about so far has made me into, like, an even stronger and better person. And from each situation, I took something from it and I learned from it, you know? Like, up to this point, I've lost several friends to vehicle accidents and gun violence, you know? Like, it sucks. It doesn't seem fair, bro. It doesn't seem right, you know? But what I took from that was to cherish life, bro. Like, live life in the moment. Seize the moment in everything. And, like, try your best to have fun every single day of your life and spend time to at least, like, say, yo, what's good to somebody who means something to you, you know? And, like, losing family members makes you want to talk to them, to just see how they doing, you know, like way more than I do now, because honestly I barely do it at all, except for like my mom and dad, you know? Man, like for example, my aunt, bro, I loved my aunt, bro. Like she was like the only, okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about her, bro. Like she was the only one in the hood with internet. So I was always over there, bro, you know, just talking with her, chilling, you know, playing online, you know, like, she was amazing, bro. Like, I miss her funny ass, bro. But anyways, I have a huge extended family, tons and tons of people just spread out all over the South. To put it into perspective for you, like, my dad alone has like 8 siblings, and my mom alone has like 7. Quick math. That's freaking 17 people right there, bro. Like, but anyways, moving on to both Exie's health and my health. Exie's on her way to being perfectly healthy again, but just take care of yourself, man. Like, without health, there's literally absolutely nothing, and it's the worst feeling a person could ever have, bro. Like, health is so important, bro. Like, it almost, like, I don't know, it just made me want to learn more about how to make sure I stay as healthy as possible, you know? So yeah. And like my friends showing their true colors, well, quote unquote friends, the way I see it is just like women lie, men lie, numbers can't lie, I guess. And like the way that I perceived this was just like, make you some friends that's trying to have fun, but also trying to get places in their life, bro. Like the friends I lost were ones that held me back from going the most, and that's because they wasn't trying to grow themselves. Like, 2 completely different mindsets. And don't get me wrong, we had tons of fun together, but in terms of growing to become a better person and like increase, and the difference between mindsets was just night and day. Like I said, like, I'm a hustler, bro. Like, when I want something, I'm a hustle until I get it, point blank, period. Like, I got that from my family, just growing up, seeing the hood, you know, how they live. And once my parents got us to Florida, like, I hang out with a lot of my friends, and, you know, some of them happen to live in hoods, and it just wasn't something that I wanted for myself or for a family, if I ever do, you know, have a family of my own. But my dad always kind of instilled in me that if I want something, I got to go get it, and nobody's going to hold your hand and help you get it, you know? So that also helped plant that hustle seed in me. MMORPGs, they also taught me like a lot about hustling, from economy to, you know, gearing up, to time management, to learning how to come out on top regardless of situations, to even like money management. And, you know, I don't know, they just taught me a lot. But anyways, like, I don't know, my parents were great, man. I'm so blessed to have them. But moving on, freaking streaming. I started streaming because I have been like rank 1 in North America, or extremely high ranked in a lot of games since I started playing online games. And like, I was always dominating competition, all kinds of stuff, mainly in MMOs, MMORPGs, MOBAs, and action games. But Also a few shooting games that like I gave the time of day. But when Fortnite came out, it was a game whose skill set was very similar to a game I played in the past called Guns. You guys, I know I've talked about it a couple times, so y'all know about it. And I was like, this is the game that I stream, bro. Like, I love games. Like I said, I played them all my life. And there's always so much variety. But right now, I feel like in terms of PvP games that are shooters, MMORPGs, or MOBAs, there's literally like no variety, bro. Like, video games are also, they're just so important to me. Because, like, honestly, without video games, I feel like there's no way I would have gotten through being sick those 6 years and coming out how strong of a person I am now. Like, but yeah, no developers are making games that are appealing in the slightest, and there's proof to that, bro. Like, the top game right now on Twitch is literally World of Warcraft, bro. That game is 15 years old, my dude, and that game has millions of people taking off work, dodging dates, quitting school, breaking up with their girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, just to play the game, you know? And these developers try to take like already created amazing game concepts that don't need to be completely changed, but try to take and alter them to be different anyway, and just end up making things trash, bro. Like, but anyways, what they should do, in my opinion, is taking those already great concepts and build on them and like turn them into something more advanced and fun and balanced. Like, how can I explain what I mean? Like continually building up on the foundation of a house and turning it into a mansion with renovations. That's how I think developers should like look at games now. But in terms of PvP games, like multiplayer games where I'm fighting you and you're fighting me, all we have is like battle royale after battle royale after battle royale. Tab target ancient technology ass MMORPG, because nobody has made a good one in forever. Games where like, and like games that like they aim for you, for example, like World of Warcraft or League of Legends ADC auto attacks, or like, you know, I'm not really with like I like to aim my stuff, and then there's like the 500 trillion first person shooters to choose from that are literally just like a skin of another one pretty much. And I don't know, I just miss the feeling of waking up so ready to play a game that I fell in love with, and I haven't had that feeling in a very long time. I started to dislike Fortnite once I started playing pro. You know, it just wasn't fun after the initial 3 months or so of pro play. Like, the lag was unbearable. The people who played it, they just camped so freaking hard, bro. You know, it was just a snooze fest. It was not fun. I was like, there's no way to look forward to playing that, you know, like, it just wasn't fun, bro, you know? And like, I understand the camping was the meta, but like, if you really think about it, even to this day, the aggressive players are the ones dominating Fortnite scene, not the campers, bro. And you know, like most of y'all know, like I got probably invited to 5% of pro games in my entire career, which was a buzzkill, but I still hit like top 20-ish in the world for money earned at my peak, so I have no complaints, you know. But anyways, Epic was giving updates to the game that did nothing but lower the skill cap, you know. And being a competitive player all my life, that was just not gonna make me start magically enjoying the game more. You know, I don't think I'd want to go pro in a shooter again, you know, maybe, but you know, maybe some future action game or MMORPG or some crazy new genre we have never even heard of will come out, who knows, you know. But I don't know, it just has to be a game that I genuinely enjoy, you know, and I enjoy the comp scene. But hopefully further advancements in virtual reality, so we can get, you know, like a World of Warcraft type game in VR, so it'll actually have a good combat system, because obviously in virtual reality you are the combat system, you know. How you fight is based on how you would do it in real life, you know. But either way, I'm excited. But man, I feel like I'm all over the place with this, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I miss playing games I loved, having all these different types of games to try. I want a game that'll make me love it so much that I could finally pull a 24-hour stream, because I haven't done one yet. I would love to, but there's no game I would want to play for 24 hours right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. But whenever I turn on my stream, 99% of the time, it's just to come and kick it with you guys, because most of the games out right now are just straight buns in my opinion. And Classic WoW is once again a perfect example. I feel like I'm the only person who's like ashamed to say that a 15-year-old game is outclassing people's games 15 years in the future. And WoW's popularity in queue times is insane, and it proves that games right now are very, very stagnant in coming up with genuinely good ideas and making good games, you know, whatever. But one day I'll make my own game, but that's for another talk. We're not gonna rant no more. We're not gonna rant. But in the meanwhile, I'll be playing some Fortnite. I'll be playing some Call of Duty, just wherever the wind takes us until that game that blows all of our minds drops again. But yeah, I covered as much as I feel necessary. I kind of rambled, but whatever. Y'all can get to see a little of what I think about and what's going on in my head. You know, I've gone through so much, but I'll be alright. You know, I'm gonna be back super consistent on everything soon enough. I miss you guys, man. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all of you guys' support, but alright, I'ma fall with you.